Oh my gosh. Tonight, do I have a treat for you? And I am super excited to share it. We rarely go at this time of the day, but I have a panel of amazing females that have joined forces on purpose and for a bigger mission to make a bigger impact on the world that we live in, one by one. Together with their leadership class, they become many, all on the same mission: to be a ripple of love and hope. The word veracity is the voice, the truth, and the love that permeates and spreads through all humanity and all existence. And my guests tonight are leaders from massively different backgrounds and trainings, but with the same desire to make a difference. Wherever you're watching from tonight, thank you so much. We so appreciate you and your viewership. This is an amazing, amazing show tonight, and I urge you to spread this out to your tribe right now. Please share this link out. This is the Erin Strayer Show. This is where we are all about promoting, cultivating, and expanding amazing female entrepreneurs and some men. And we talk about hot topics and pain points. We're going to dive into some of those tonight. And the cool thing is, we also give you workarounds to the challenges that we face every single day. I'm Erin Strayer. I'm your host for the evening. You can find me and everything out about me at erinstrayer.com. However, this show is not about me. This show is about the amazing females that are joining us this evening. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I am so excited to have you here. And each one of you are part of an amazing leadership team. And I want one of you to start talking about your leadership team just for a moment for me. Will Marie, how about you?
Sure. Thank you. So we are part of Next Level VIP24. It is a leadership program that is intended to help leaders like yourself and I break through all of the things that are holding us back to reach our highest potential, the best version of ourselves, help us reach our visions for ourselves, and truly to take a stand and create a change in the world one person at a time. It just gives us the strength, the power, the focus, and the community that you need, and support you in reaching all of those amazing things. Just clears the path for you.
Yeah. And how has this program changed your life? Real short and focused to the point.
Starting the program, I thought I was doing really, really well in life and working very easily towards all of my goals. And through this program, what I have learned is that there were so many higher potentials available to me that I was blind to. There was so much in me that I was not utilizing and I was not sharing with this world. And there was so much love I had to give and offer, and that I could, as one person, make a big impact on the people around me. And I was not doing that. This has really helped me tap into that.
So good. So good. And you have been chosen as the captain of this massive project that we're undertaking. And we're going to loop back around and talk to you about that in just a minute. Brandy, I unmuted you for a second. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and what this program's done for you personally.
Okay, well, I'm Brandy. This program for me has done a lot of similar things to what Will Marie said. Really just stepping into my leadership and being confident in the decisions and the stands that I'm taking, making those richer relationships, and making the relationships that I already had richer. It's done a lot.
We lost your audio there for just a second there, Brandy. But I am really excited to have you guys on. And I know a couple other people are going to be bopping in and out of here, other students that are with you and part of this program as well. And this One Divine Line to Health is an organization that you guys have adopted as your big project in your leadership program. Talk to me about this project first of all, and then we're going to dive right into the why behind it.
So the project itself, One Divine Line to Health, provides medical care to women and children on the streets of Columbus who are victims of abuse. In many instances, they are victims of drug and human trafficking, which, by the way, a lot of people don't know that Columbus ranks number 4 in the country in human trafficking. So it is a very real problem, and it is heavily linked to the opiate addiction problem as well. So it's something that has touched everyone's life in one degree or another. We all have one degree of separation to someone who has been impacted by this as an issue.
And I want to stop you there for a second, because that 1 degree is, people don't realize how extremely close we are to very, very horrible situations.
Yeah.
And every single one of us is affected. And nobody talks about it.
It's like this taboo topic that if you don't talk about it, you can almost pretend it's not really there.
Right.
And if you don't see it, you can almost pretend it's not really happening. But the truth is, if you start talking to your loved ones and the people around you, you likely already know someone who has been heavily impacted, who one divine line to help could reach out to and give support to. I personally am behind this because at one time in my life, unbeknownst to those around me, I was in a very dark place and I didn't have a whole lot of hope for myself. I didn't have a lot of belief in myself. And one person reached their hand, said, "I believe in you," stood behind me, lifted me up. And that one person made such a big impact in my life that it changed the course of my life forever. And that is what one divine line to help does. It reaches out and gives women and children who have lost all hope, don't see a path for themselves, a completely different direction to their lives. It fills their life with possibility. And I love that about this program. I love that about it.
Yeah, I know, Brandy, one of the things that really lit me up about this One Divine Line to Health organization that you've chosen is that they call it the love bug, the little red van that goes out that's full of supplies, and it goes out at night. Tell me about that, Brandy, what you know about the little red love bug.
Yeah, so Esther goes around and she has all sorts of supplies, which we are also we're collecting those as well. And she uses the bug to go out and like distribute those supplies and give those to, women and children on the streets that really need them. And she also uses that bug to take them back to the drop-in center. So it's really a key piece to what she's doing.
Yeah, it's really, I love that she named it the love bug, and I love that it's red. And this project with your leadership group is really, it's an undertaking. And what you and your team have taken on, your VIP24 Carat team have taken on, that's the name of your team, like 24 karat gold, ladies. There's 37, 31, 30 some of you guys. How many are there on your team?
37, yeah.
37 on your team. And what has your commitment been to this project?
Well, we have committed before our 3rd weekend in 3 weeks to raise $114,000 in funding. 3,000 volunteer hours.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We have also committed to raising tangible goods to support the process with non-perishable foods, supplies, clothing for the effort as well.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever tried to raise money. It's not as easy as it looks. And to do it in 3 weeks. Yeah. Wow.
It's an all day, every day endeavor. But
people love to give, and people love to get behind a project that has some guts to it, like the veracity of the founder of this program, Esther, is she was on my show Tuesday. I have fallen head over and heels in love with this lady. I mean, I can't even tell you how quickly she has gotten into every single cell of my body. Like, I love Esther. I love her passion. I love her drive. I love what she is in the world. And I know that I'm going to try to bring Susan back up here. I know that this project was kind of brought to the front, and your whole team voted on it. And Susan, I want you to kind of walk me through what that looked like, because I know that you were the big motion behind that. Can you kind of take us through getting 37 team members behind Esther and her One Divine Line to Help?
Good evening, Erin. Hello, ladies and teammates. It's a pleasure to be with you and to be with Esther through this experience. I had the pleasure of meeting her 2 years ago. So Esther began to root herself in my life. I heard her as a speaker. I was compelled at what she was said, the abolition element of her. She was absolutely in the trenches, in the raw elements, standing for people. Mm-hmm. And so when you encounter someone like that who embodies a force of change, who embodies love, who wants that ripple to be massive and believes that the ability for us to splash, not just bounce, but splash into the pool of life and cause just a reverberation that goes on for generations is what she is about and what this movement is about. And when in your life do you get to stand before your peers and say, "Join me? Will you join us? Will you join my hand and jump off the cliff and into something unknown and into something that is amazing and changing and into a force of people and standing for the greatness of humanity despite their present condition?" And it's it's all to stand for people. Getting donations from all types of sources. I said, "Who do you want to write on the memo line?" Because this is a mission. And they're impacted in our local community on 24/24 Sullivan Avenue that we're trying to go deeper in, but for the greatness of your loved one, and for that someone will be sober.
I'm hoping it's going to catch up here, because Susan's
enrolling those people.
Go ahead, Susan. She's lagging. She's talking about the
of what that.
Oh, are you there, Susan? We're trying to have everybody in from multiple different locations here. Susan, are you still hanging in with us? She's lagging. Oh, will Marie pick it up?
Okay, so I mean, it really is all about taking a stand. I don't even think of it as asking people to give a donation any longer. I think of it as asking them to join this love army, because the moment you give, you have joined the army, this army of people that have committed to going out there and making the change in the world that we all know we want to see. And that's what you're doing. For every dollar that you pull together, you are touching someone's life. You have joined this army and you have stood for someone who needs standing for, someone who so badly deserves that hand, that support, that lifting. You are their hero. A donation to One Divine Line to Help is your opportunity to become someone's hero. How often in a day can you say that you did that? And this is your chance. We did provide our links in the comments. Please do give. Give generously. Give often if you can. There is no such thing as no amount too small. We're raising $114,000, and we will be sourcing a lot of goods for a big event coming in 12 days. So every ounce of support will be used to help One Divine Line to Help touch as many people as possible, as many women and children as possible.
So I just want to point out that my husband is part of your team. This is an all ladies network here, though. That's all I got to say. I'm on behalf of the Strayer team. we're making a massive, massive ripple here. And we've been talking a little bit about donations, but the drop-in center. This is something, the drop-in center is a home that's been donated lovingly to the founder, Esther Flores, but it needs renovations, which is what you and your team of leaders have kind of taken over. That's part of your agreement, right? And your commitment to them is that you have agreed to do some renovations on this home to make it so it has a viable kitchen and some of the other things. What are some of the other things that it is looking for upgrades to it that some of this money is going to go to?
Everything. It needs to be brought to code. It needs to have a kitchen and windows and bathroom and running water, and it needs to be livable, and it needs furniture and all of the things that a human would need to support living in the building. It is quite literally and almost possibly a blank slate. We have a building, we get to make it livable. We get to supply it with all the things that will support Esther in providing aid to women and children. And a little something I wanted to point out as well is, because of the human trafficking being so heavily linked to the opioid and the drug trafficking, one of the biggest hurdles that Esther runs in helping these women is that many of the programs offered to them, if they seek out aid, may result in them losing their children. So what Esther is looking to provide is a drop-in center where they get to improve themselves, get the help they need without sacrificing their children and being able to become the mothers that they so badly want to be. It is about keeping families together as well. That's a big reason why I fell in love with it. Not just aid, but to keep them together. That's why the drop-in centers are so important.
And it is so important. And Brandy, I know that it's been a big it's grabbed your heartstrings too in different ways than some of the rest of us. And I just want to kind of hear it from you on your interpretation of, I know so many people on your team have so many gifts and skill sets that are actually going into those volunteer hours, like all those 3,000 volunteer hours. Can you talk to me a little bit about that, Brandy, and why that's important to you and what that looks like?
Yeah, so the organization is important to me because like where I'm at, I'm in college and I'm 20. And I'm seeing a lot of the people that this is affecting at such a young age. They could be in college like I am. They could be in school. They could be pursuing interests and hobbies and things, and instead, they're on the streets. And so their main focus is, am I going to eat tonight? Or am I even going to survive the night? Like, do I have clothes? Those things. And to me, like, that shouldn't be a question for anybody. And with the trafficking aspect of it, no human being deserves to be treated like an object, which is what is happening here. And that's what we're in the business of changing as a team.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's heart-wrenching for me as a parent, as a woman. I know I went all over by myself in my early 20s and I never even thought about it. And we need to be so aware of our surroundings. I think so much more than we used to be, even as adults, it's just crazy. I know when I did my research for my show just with Esther, like, I was sobbing at some of the statistics and that were coming forward, and the absolute need of these women and children. And there are some men that are exploited into these crimes and this trafficking that's happening. And Esther has such an enormous heart and passion. And seriously, people, if you want to hear her passion, go back and watch my show from Tuesday. I'm not kidding you. It's off the charts with how her passion exudes from her cells. She's left her nursing career where she could be making 6+ figures as a nurse to running a nonprofit, giving every single penny that she has back to the streets, basically. It's really, really quite something. I feel like you as a young woman that that probably really impacts you so much differently than it does me. And I can't wait. Can you talk a little bit about some of the extensive things that you're going to be doing with Esther, like in this project, Brandy, like specifically?
So like what we're creating for her, is that what you're asking for?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I know one of the big things that she asked for was a wall to be painted with like joyful things like butterflies and just all these beautiful things, because like the fact of the matter is like there are going to be lots of children there as well, and like we get to make it a space that like they get to remember that they're children, because a lot of those kids have a lot more trauma than many adults do. And that is something that struck me a lot, because I'm on my way to being a teacher, and so anything with kids really kind of tugs at my heartstrings. And so I think that's a big part of the project that is important to me personally, is the garden that she has, that and that the play space for the children that are going to be at this house, and remembering that we get to make something that doesn't look clinical, that feels like a house and a home.
Yeah. And I think that goes without saying that, again, you guys are raising money. There are links in the comments. This has been shared out to multiple different places. And I know all the students have been sharing this interview out with their specific links. If you know personally one of the students, go ahead and click the link and select them to make your donation. But again, this class is committed. Mm-hmm. Not only to this currency of love and spreading this and making this ripple into a tidal wave of amazing love, but they are also committed to providing not only the monetary things, but the medical supplies. Like in the show, Esther went through a whole bunch of medical supplies that she was requesting to be donated, and clothing and specific sizes, but also to make it friendly for the children. And I think that that's huge. I just, this passion project, and that's really what it is this massive passion project that really gets to come to life. And you as a team are doing that. You've committed.
We are. We're what you call all in. All hands on deck. If not us, then when? If not now, then when? Every single member of this team is playing an integral part, whether it be through communications, sourcing, donations, support. This is all hands on deck. Every single day, every moment possible, until we reach and, quite frankly, hopefully exceed our goal.
Yeah. It's I have you guys are the 24th team through this program, and I have no doubt that you guys are going to meet your goal, exceed your goal, follow through with your not only your monetary commitment, but your volunteer hours. Seriously, over 3,000 volunteer hours you have committed to Esther and the One Divine Line to Health organization in Columbus. That's an amazing amount of time. Like, seriously amazing amount of time. Do you know how much that, I'm trying to get Susan back up in here. She's hanging out down there. So between your classmates, what do you think the biggest the biggest why as a group is? Do you think it's just because you were given a project?
Randy, did you want to take this, or would you like me to?
I can. For our group, like, I wish there was some sort of footage of when we made that decision, because it was incredible. Like, the minute we knew which organization we were standing for, like, every single person was so, like, visibly on board. Like, this team is so passionate about standing for it. Like, I don't even have words to explain how all in and how do whatever it takes this team is. Like,
she's at a loss for words, because
yeah,
that's
I'm not a person that loses words.
Yeah. It takes your breath away to feel so much love, and to see the very small movements that you're making, the action that you're taking have such a large ripple effect. And we know that Esther's vision is not just one for Columbus, it's a global vision, because this is a global problem. This is just what we call the epicenter, the source of the love, the start of the love. But we see it reaching out, and the way that, when we started this project seemed like, oh my goodness, how are we going to do this? But just in the first few hours, the amount of things that fell in place, the amount of action that was taken, the amount of support that we received, what we have learned is that where there is love and there is passion, there is nothing that can stand in our way. We're being a source of light for this community, and the community is ready for it. They're jumping on board. We barely have to ask, because this is such an important movement, and every single person on this team has put their love, their time, their mark on the effort going forward. This is truly a team, in that we have all worked on this together.
And what an amazing accomplishment to do a project of this magnitude with the diversity of the people that are on your team, right? Like, there's no judgment, there's no exclusion, there's no, oh, I got this because I'm XYZ and you're not, right?
Yeah.
I'm a CEO and you're a college student. Oh no. Like, it happens, and it happens together, because every single person on the team has passion, has skill sets, has desire, has a willpower, and the common little golden thread woven between all of you is love.
Right. Love. Like, I use that word over and over again. I wish there was a word that means love on fire, passion. Oh, there you go.
Love on fire.
Love on fire.
Hashtag love on fire, everybody. Put that down here. We're using that.
And it's a beautiful thing. And the amazing thing about it is that I keep saying that every team member has contributed, but this goes from our 17-year-old press secretary, who is a leader in her own right, to the 40-some-odd-year-old CSC co-captain. We are all jumping in full steam ahead and finding a way that our leadership skills can generate something for this cause, can support Esther, because truly Esther started the fire. We just get to keep burning it. We get to throw in and make it bigger and help it grow. But she was the source of it all.
It's so good. You got, ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking to women of the team that's called VIP24. They are committed as shit to raising, I said it, to raising $114,000 in the next 3 weeks. They need your help. The links are in the feed over here on my business page. We'll make sure they're on all the rest of the places where this is streaming live right now. If by chance one of the students has shared this out, their personal link is linked to the video. Please go and donate. This is so worth your time. It makes your heart swell with joy, because we have more than we need. Every single one of us has more than we need. And I'll guarantee you the majority of the people watching this show right now have more than one pair of slippers, for God's sake, right? Like, we have so much, and we're so fortunate, and we are so blessed, and we are blessed enough to be able to give. So the links are in the feed. I'm all on board with this. Clearly, I'm on board with this. I adore this team. I have so much love for every single one of you. I know. I'm gonna get all gooey here in a minute.
I've been gooey. I've been just holding back the tears the entire time.
It's so good. It's so good when 1 + 1 becomes many. And it is so easy, and it costs us nothing to love one another, but that love goes so far. And because we are so blessed, and because we have more than we need, we should be able to give to those who don't. And we should be able to help this little red love bug stay on the streets. And we should be able to help Esther with this massive, massive passion movement that she has started and created, and keep it floating. The links are in your feed, people. Give from your heart, give what you can. Help support this team reach their mission. They have 3 weeks. Time is now.
Time is now. Be someone's hero today.
Be their hero. Be their hero. You have no idea how much $1 changes one life. It's so true. I've seen it over and over and over and over and over. It's so true. You have something for us on the way out?
Yeah, we have a song that I think it's her little mantra. And whenever we start thinking we've taken on quite a bit more than we thought we could put together, we listen to the song and we listen to the words, and it reminds us why we're in this fight and why we're a part of this army. So on the way out, I'd like to play this, listen to the words. If this doesn't inspire you, send me a message and I'll call you personally.
You are not hidden. Never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS. I will send out an army, find you in the middle of the dark night. It's true, I will rescue. There is no distance cannot be covered over and over. You're not the truth. I'll be your shelter. I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your I hear you whisper
It's so beautiful.
Guys, we are that army. We are that army that's out there rescuing these women. Nothing feels better than rescuing a life. Nothing.
It's so beautiful. And I want to commend you and every single one of your teammates for taking on this amazing project for this amazing woman. And once again, people, thank you for watching. We have been talking to teammates from VIP24 Carrot, the leadership team, this evening with a massive project that they have undertaken to help support One Divine Line to Health, which is an organization that helps with human trafficking. It is specifically located in Columbus, Ohio. There are links to donate to their massive project that they have committed to in the feed. They're in the show notes. They are everywhere linked to this. There are students. You're welcome to pick whatever student you align with. All of the students that have been on today are part of the leadership team and the captaining team leading this project and overseeing it, making sure that it's been taken to fruition, both with captaining, with press, with community, the committee for communications, and for the events that are going to be taking place in honor and raising money and donating of things for One Divine Line to Help. Ladies, thank you so much for being with me tonight. Thank you for allowing me to be a vessel with you with this project. It's been amazing. If there's any way that you guys that are watching and listening on the replay want to donate, you're welcome to reach out to any of these women. You're welcome to reach out to me. I will put you in touch with the people that need to be in touch. If it's medical supplies, clothing, monetary donations, or non-perishables, correct?
Correct.
Any of those?
Anything that can support us in getting that house ready, furniture, everything.
Yep.
Any amount of love, any way you'd like to give love, we will take it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Love goes in many ways and in many forms, and they take all of it. Thank you, ladies, for being with me tonight. Thank you, everybody who's been watching. If you're watching the replay, please let us know that. And thank you so much for who you are in the world and who you get to be one by one. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.